Can you explain the concept of always be the buyer and how it can be applied to lease renewal negotiations?
So always be the buyer. I got from Strategic Coach, and Strategic Coach is the entrepreneurial business coaching group that I've been a part of for about 10 years. And it's a mindset framing technique. And so when
Interesting.
you are a seller of things, let's say you're selling watches at Fashion Island in Newport Beach, people come by and they see your price, they see your wares, they like it or they don't, and they have the ability to accept or reject what you're selling, what you're offering. And so as a seller, you're in this mode of validation
Yep.
and rejection a little bit. And how much power do you have or leverage do you have as being a seller? Where you don't, people come and they go, and like you try to attract them and all that good stuff. But the idea here is how can you flip the script or set the stage so that you are a buyer? And so when you are the buyer, you have all the stores that sell watches that you have to choose from. You have your own personal preferences and tastes and what's important and objectives. And then you can go by and select what you want, and you can create leverage where you can buy under only the terms that you're willing to accept. And so, certainly there's sellers that are like rigid, and some
Yeah.
there are like a will haggle and can have flexibility. And so as a tenant in a building, you have bought your occupancy there, your chance to be there, whatever you're paying. And when your contract comes up, you can also think of it as a sports agents and assigning new contracts. And so if you are a tenant in a building and your landlord knows you want to stay and you don't really think about what your other options are for what space you could buy, where we're
Mhm.
talking tenants, so this is leasing, but spaces that could be yours, always be the buyer. The idea is when you start early and you get educated, you can go to every store, you can see what people are offering, and you can create real alternatives. And
Yeah.
once you've created those alternatives, it can help you think through how valuable is the one that I currently have and what's it worth to me to stay here compared to those alternatives. And so I've just found for tenants, a lot of them miss that. And so when they do miss it, then they just say, hey, I'll take what I can get, and they don't understand the value, they don't create the leverage. And so that was a concept that, when applied to our business and to helping people in tenants and in their buildings, that just really helped people understand the value of the space that they have. And then they can weight it appropriately.
Yeah.
And then that really can give you confidence when you say, got it at this rate with these terms for this space. I'm in. I need that. I want it. That works for me. Or they can say, you know what? No, it doesn't. Over here is better, and it's better because of X, Y, and Z. And when I look at one next to the other, like it can create a finer line of knowing what's worth it and what isn't.
That's really interesting. It sounds like that mentality just gives you a ton more options than if you had a more closed off mentality.
Yeah. And imagine how you feel when you're done with that. I
Yeah.
had the confidence to know, got it. I saw it. I went through a thorough evaluation, and this was my choice. And now I can sit with it and know that, like, I
Yeah.
made a good choice, like a confidently.
Yeah. For sure. Definitely really relieving to know that you've made the right decision after evaluating a ton of different things.